I mean, absolute enough. Anthony Albanese's speech today at the National Press Club, it's just too much, just too much. I'm not naive, right? I have worked on 2 Labor election campaigns, and at one of them, don't tell anyone, I even took taxpayer money to do Labor Party work. I was told to. I've also reported on many more campaigns. So yes, I do know extremely well that politicians often lie. But swear to God, I have never seen such a shameless pack of bald-faced liars as Anthony Albanese and his bunch of election thieves. And the truly frightening thing for me is that this lying is working. I mean, too many voters seem to like it and too few journalists question it. Or one did today. Went nuclear, and I will show you that in a second. I'm not alone in choking on these lies. But this lying, now, you might think I'm exaggerating, but you just look at Anthony Albanese's lying today. I mean, it was a hit list of his most popular lies in this campaign of lies, like this one.
Peter Dutton is going to this election with a $600 billion nuclear reactor scheme.
No, that's false. A CSIRO study says those reactors will cost 1/5 of that if the costs don't blow out. Here's another Albanese lie today about Dutton.
Your other big idea is to sack 41,000 Australians.
No, it's not. Dutton says he won't sack them. He'll just not replace 41,000 public servants as they quit. Then there's this one about Dutton.
Just look at their proposal to ban working from home.
No, Dutton doesn't do that either. It is true that he did want public servants in Canberra to work in the office, but only public servants in Canberra, and he's dropped even that. And then there was this lying boast today about what Albanese had done for our defence.
A government that will build our national security by strengthening our defence force.
No, not true either. Albanese has instead stripped our defence force of a squadron of F-35 aircraft, a regiment of self-propelled howitzers, 2 sea lift and replenishment ships, 321 infantry fighting vehicles, 3 frigates, 6 patrol vessels and a Navy demining program. It's almost like a Christmas carol. Leaving the Navy so weak that it couldn't even shadow 3 Chinese warships that were circling our continent firing weapons to scare us. But on the lying goes, it's extraordinary. And note, these lies are not about small things. They are lies absolutely central to Labor's campaign. For instance, Albanese has also claimed that Dutton will, and I quote, gut Medicare and cut free services, when Dutton has instead matched Albanese's spending and restored Medicare, or promises to restore Medicare services for psychologist sessions that Albanese actually cut. Now, Albanese isn't alone in the lying, of course. All his senior colleagues repeat the main ones, right? Today, Treasurer Jim Chalmers even made this astonishing claim when the latest inflation figures were released, showing no change to headline inflation.
This is proof of the responsible economic management which has been a defining feature of this Albanese Labor government. We've got the debt down.
Got the debt down? In fact, the government deficit this year is $27 billion in the red. Next year, $42 billion in the red. And gross debt then will hit $1 trillion, going up and up and up under Labor and not down at all. Now, Albanese's lying is not new. I mean, you know, he promised at the last election to cut power bills by $275. But this lying is now so florid, so instinctive, that Albanese still even denies falling off a stage a couple of weeks ago, even though every news bulletin in the country showed the footage of him doing exactly that. Well, today, all this lying was all too much, and not just for me, but for Sky News political editor Andrew Clenell.
You said power bills would reduce, they didn't. You said you wouldn't alter the tax cuts, you did. You said you wouldn't change super, you're trying. You said we'd have cheaper mortgages, we don't. You said an election night you'd commit to the Uluru Statement in full, you haven't. And you said when you messed up you would admit fault. Now you say Peter Dutton is seeking to Americanise the health system. He's promising to match your bulk billing funding. Some of your ads basically say he's going to abolish Medicare. You say his nuclear plan will be funded by cuts. Your renewable subsidies and rewiring the nation aren't paid for by cuts.
You might want to come up here, Andrew. And
my question is, why do you have to exaggerate in this campaign? Why can't you win this election by telling the truth?
We are absolutely telling Australians, as Peter Dutton did on Sunday night in the Channel 7 debate, to give them a free ad to match Channel 9's ad, that when asked about Medicare, he said the reason why he tried to abolish bulk billing and introduce a GP tax every time people visited the doctor was he wanted it to be sustainable. He belled the cat. That's still his view.
Let's talk some ancient history. I mean, seriously, in a normal country, in normal times, a liar like Albanese would be laughed off the stage, laughed to scorn. Yet polls suggest this lying is so effective that he will instead be the first Prime Minister to be re-elected in 2 decades. What are we doing? If Albanese's reward for lying is to be re-elected, what do you expect from him in his next 3 years? The truth?